Hi YouTube, I'm Tim and welcome to part 3 of my DVD and Blu-ray haul for May 2020. I've got a lot of stuff that I haven't shown off in a video yet. Some stuff I bought 2 or 3 months ago. So it's a lot of stuff. So first, some standard definition DVDs from Via Vision in Australia. I got the first ever licensed DVD of The Keep. It's a cult horror movie from Paramount Pictures. It's never been out on Blu-ray, but had a VHS and a Laserdisc, and then there was no DVD or Blu-ray, except for, I think there's been bootlegs put out, and then it was streaming in widescreen on Netflix, and I think this is the same widescreen master that's been on Netflix, so it's not really high def, but it's enhanced anamorphic widescreen, so it should upscale nicely, and no real extras other than the original trailer, and you get to see the movie in its original aspect ratio of 2.35, and it's all regions, and it runs 96 minutes, and it's from 1983. The Keep, a Michael Mann film. Tonight they will all face the evil. Morally unsettling as it is spiritually devastating, they were all drawn to the Keep, the soldiers who brought death, the father and his daughter fighting for life, the people who have always feared it, and the one man who knows its secret. Tonight, they will all face the evil. Directed by Michael Manhunter, this cult classic is finally available to own on DVD. A one-of-a-kind gothic thriller, The Keep combines elements of horror, romance, and the supernatural in a World War II setting, featuring an atmospheric music scored by Tangerine Dream. The Keep stars Scott Glenn, Jurgen Prochnow. Yeah, some sort of, I think that guy's Russian. He was in the movie Dune. And it stars Robert Prosky and Ian McKellen. So, same Ian McKellen who was in Gandalf in Lord of the Rings movies, I believe. It says recommended for mature audiences, but here in the US, this is very R-rated, so The Keep. It's from Via Vision in Australia, but licensed from Paramount Pictures. And it's all regions. And then a month or two ago, I went to CVS Pharmacy, I believe, to pick up a prescription, and they had some DVDs I didn't own. I won't even have the Blu-rays. $4.99 each. One's a cult movie from the 80s, Under the Cherry Moon, starring Prince. And this has some extras. It's got music videos. And it says Girls, Boys Kiss in Mountains. Then theatrical trailer, subtitles English, French, and Spanish. And it's rated PG-13, black and white, 100 minutes. Presented in a matted widescreen format, preserving the aspect ratio of its original theatrical exhibition, enhanced for widescreen TVs. So, Under the Cherry Moon, DVD from Warner Brothers, starring the late great Prince Rogers Nelson, also known simply as Prince. And that's him. That's his face in that upside down triangle, but I don't know who these other people are. And then a drive-in horror movie. It's been out on Blu-ray, but I don't own the Blu-ray, never owned it on DVD. Don Castellari's Phantasm. It's a remastered edition DVD. 90 minutes, rated R. There's English subtitles and as audio commentary with director and writer Don Castellari, and then Michael Baldwin, Angus Scrimm, and Tim Thornsbury are also on the audio commentary, and then New Graveyard Cars episode, and interviews from 1979 with Don Castellari and Angus Scrimm, then deleted scenes, new 5.1 surround sound mix, optional original mono mix, and trailers. So all the type of good stuff you would get on a DVD or on a Blu-ray in the early days of DVD and Blu-ray. Since its 1979 release since its release in 1979, director Don Castellari's epic tale of the Tall Man, his deadly sentinel spheres, and the group of small-town friends who must band together to stop his evil dimension-hopping schemes, has captivated and terrified horror and sci-fi fans around the world. Now see it all in stunning HD. Ooh. So it's just a HD master downgrade, so it should really look nice on 1080p set. Now see it all in stunning HD for the first time thanks to a meticulous restoration from filmmaker J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot Productions. And then today I went back to CVS to get 2 more prescriptions and found some more movies in the bargain bin. The Marx Brothers in the Coconuts. It's from Universal Pictures, and looks like this is from 1928 or 29. Yeah, 1929, not rated, full frame, 94 minutes, black and white, and doesn't look like there's any extras, but all 4 Marx Brothers are in this: Groucho, Harpo, Chico, and Zappo. So the Marx Brothers in the Coconuts on DVD from Universal Pictures. Then one, I'm not really into like war movies and westerns so much, but sometimes with some westerns, if it's a comedy or if it's a spaghetti western with a lot of shoot 'em up, bang bang, I'll enjoy it. And then war movies I'm not too much into, but if it has a good cast and it's like a G-rated war movie, it's not where it's not so much the horrors of war. Something like this I think I can enjoy because it's got John Wayne in it and then David Jansen. Yeah, so it's a G-rated movie about the Vietnam Wars, and it looks like there's some extras, but there's a sticker over it. This is another one from Warner Brothers. And it's 142 minutes. English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, and shrink wraps already tearing off. 19 Such small print. It's either 1968 or 1969. And then one more Blu-ray I got earlier this evening at whatchamacallit, CVS Pharmacy. One movie I've seen on Turner Classic Movies, Holiday Inn. Ooh, new bonus discs is included. Irving Berlin's Holiday Inn, the Broadway musical, full-length Broadway production based on the timeless classic film. And you get to see this movie in either black and white or a colorized version. It's Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire in Irving Berlin's Holiday Inn. And then Marjorie Reynolds is in this as well. But it's black and white in an hour and 41 minutes, and I believe this is full screen because this was before there were any widescreen movies being made. But besides the bonus disc with the Broadway musical version of this movie, get additional bonus features: a couple of song and dance men, an intimate retrospective of Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire featuring an interview with Ava Astaire Mackenzie, then all singing, all dancing, experience the making of the unforgettable song and dance numbers. Then coloring a classic, learn how the film was color designed to transform the black and white classic. And then feature commentary by film historian Ken Barnes, including archive audio comments from Fred Astaire, Bing Crosby, and John Scott Trotter, and then you get the theatrical trailer. It's from 1942, Paramount Pictures Inc. Copyright renewed in 1969, but it's now put out on Blu-ray from Universal Pictures. So Holiday Inn, the musical, which later paved the way for the little hotels known as Holiday Inns, or motor hotels. But I think in this one, in this movie, it's more of a big hotel than just a motor hotel. Okay, so two different sets of discs I got at two different times at CVS. And then there were some Blu-rays I bought from Shout Factory during their Cabin Fever sale. One's a couple Roger Corman cult classics, which are now rebranded as part of the Scream Factory line. It's a double feature of Naked Vengeance and Vendetta, so two female revenge movies from the mid-80s, both rated R in color, region A locked. Yeah, double dose of revenge, Naked Vengeance, Carla Harris, Deborah Tranelli Dallas leads a normal, happy life until a maniacal killer brutally murders her husband. She retreats to her parents' lakeside cottage, but there is no escape from harsh reality when local rowdies break into the home and ravage Carla, leaving her for dead. That was their first mistake, because Carla has survived their attack and is now bent on gruesome revenge. And then Vendetta, tough as nails stuntwoman Lori Collins, Karen Chase from the movie Private School, purposely commits a crime to land herself in the same prison as the murderous gang that killed her sister. Now on the inside, Lori is finally able to settle the score. With the help of her cellmate, Lori infiltrates the Circle of Terror, a ruthless mob made up of inmates and guards. What Laurie does to this mob is no accident, it's justice, and new 2K scans of the original film elements, 1080p high definition widescreen, 1.85 DTS HD master audio mono, and Naked Vengeance, I believe, is from 1985, while Vendetta is from 1986, and Naked Vengeance is 97 minutes, while Vendetta runs 89 minutes, and there's English subtitles. And I think there's a trailer for each film on here. It doesn't list any extras other than the movies being in widescreen and high def. So 2 Roger Corman produced revenge exploitation movies, part of Shout Factory, Scream Factory line, but they're listed on the website as Roger Corman Cult Classic, so even though that line of DVDs and Blu-rays is pretty much dead, they pretty much group all the Corman productions all together on the website. So Naked Vengeance and Vendetta double feature from Shout Factory. And then one I bought a month or 2 ago from Shout Factory, Earthquake, and I found out that when they were first released this last year, they made a mistake on the first disc of this 2-disc set, where the aspect ratio was put into a 2.55 when it should have been 2.35, and they told me, well, we can't guarantee that you'll get the replacement disc, but if you get the wrong disc, just email this place and tell them, and that made me mad, and I thought that maybe they were going to send me the right disc all along, but it wasn't the correct disc. But this has a bunch of extras, 2 versions of the film, the original theatrical cut and the original longer NBC 2-night event telecast, new 2K scan of the original film elements for both versions of the film, new scoring disaster, the music of Earthquake, new painting disaster, the art of Albert Whitlock, and new the sound of disaster, Ben Burt discusses censor sound, and then the trailer, TV spot, and radio spots, audio interviews with the cast, and still gallery, which consists of stills, posters, and lobby cards, behind the scenes photos and effects photos, and the theatrical version is in 1080p high definition widescreen of 2.35, runs 122 minutes, and has English DTS HD master audio 5.1 in stereo, and the theatrical version's rated PG, while the extended television version's in 1080p high definition, a 1.33, so a pan and scan, and runs 142 minutes, and then has English DTS HD master audio mono, and the TV version isn't rated. 1974 and English subtitles, and it's part of the Shout Select line of Blu-rays. And see one, well, that's the disc that's disc 1's a theatrical version, and that's the wrong disc because it doesn't have the R1 printed on it, which would mean it was the replacement disc. And then the second disc is the extended television cut. But yeah, I complained to them, and they said that they sent out a replacement disc, but it never came, so they sent out another one, which they said give till Monday. It didn't come on Monday, but it came today, Tuesday, and that's after they said that they would ship me another disc, which is supposed to come tomorrow, but I got the replacement disc. And way down here, I don't think you can see it, is a serial number that ends with the R1, which is what the replacement disc has. So this is the corrected disc that has the theatrical cut in a 2.35 widescreen. And let me read a little bit on the back. Technically ingenious, spectacular calamity movie, Vincent Canby, The New York Times. This collector's edition includes, for the first time on home video, the extended 2-night television event version of the film with 20 minutes of additional footage. Charlton Heston leads an all-star cast in an epic film about ordinary citizens who must come together in the face of an unstoppable natural disaster. When the most catastrophic earthquake of all time rips through Southern California, it levels Los Angeles and sends shockwaves through the lives of all who were there. Now strangers must become saviors as the city struggles to get to its feet before the next terrifying aftershock hits. Also starring Ava Gardner, George Kennedy, Lauren Green, Victoria Principal, Genevieve Bujold, and Richard Roundtree. Earthquake combines outstanding performances with Academy Award-winning sound and groundbreaking special effects. 1974 Best Sound Special Achievement Award for Visual Effects. It's licensed to Shout from Universal Pictures and has a slipcover. Shout Select. And this is what they put on the back of the case. Say something about Shout Select. Designed with the film lover in mind, Shout Select shines a light on films that deserve a spot on your shelf. From acknowledged classics to cult favorites to unheralded gems, Shout Select celebrates the best in filmmaking, giving these movies the love and attention they deserve. So Earthquake, and I held off on showing this in an earlier video because I wanted to get the replacement disc, which I have now, that's in the correct aspect ratio. So if you buy this and the first disc doesn't have an R1, down here at the end of the serial number, you've got the disc that's in the wrong aspect ratio. But if you get the corrected disc, it'll have an R1 at the bottom of the disc at the end of the serial number for the Blu-ray. Over 24 minutes. Okay, so Shout Factory, two different DVD Blu-ray hauls from CVS Pharmacy, but now I've got stuff from Kino Lorber, Dark Force Entertainment, and a Warner Archive Collection Blu-ray I bought from Amazon Prime. It's more mainstream Hollywood movie. Yeah, Warner Archive Collection, Kismet, the musical. It's based on a Broadway musical. I believe I watched this once. There were two different movies. There was the 1944 movie, which wasn't a musical, and then there's this movie from 1955, which is based on the Broadway musical. This is one of those Arabian Nights fairy tales. Where you have the Arabian noblemen, the sultans and sheiks, with their harems of wives, and they always seem to be Muslims who worship God as Allah. But this runs 113 minutes and English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, and it says it's in CinemaScope, which would have been 2.35, but like most DVDs or Blu-rays, CinemaScope always seems to get reformatted to 2.4, which seems to be the case here. 1080p high definition widescreen 16 by 9 2.41, and then HD Master Audio English 5.1, and then subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, and special features may not be in high definition. Audio and subtitles may vary. So Kismet, famed stage musical glorified on the screen in CinemaScope and color, ecstasy of song, spectacle, and love. Special features: Oscar-nominated short The Battle of Gettysburg, classic cartoon The First Bad Man, 2 excerpts from MGM Parade TV series Rahad Lakum outtake song sequence, audio only bonus outtake song Rhymes Have Vi, and then theatrical trailers of both the 1944 and 1955 Kismet. So 113 minutes color. Magic romance, wit, adventure. With Alexander Borodin's soaring music fashioned by Robert Wright and George Forrest into Stranger in Paradise, Baubles, Bangles, and Beads, and more evergreens, Kismet turned the Broadway stage into a glittering, gleaming Arabian Nights dream, ideal material, in fact, for the Dream Factory. To Hollywood and director Vincent Minnelli, that was Judy Garland's husband, Kismet was Kismet. This lavish musical follows one fateful, fabulous day as a beggar poet, played by Howard Keel, and his daughter Anne Blythe cross paths with the wicked Wazir, a wildly temptress who's the #1 wife in this wicked Wazir's harem of multiple wives. So think the harem fantasy with all this sexy young ladies belly dancing. But I don't think it's that sexy in this version. I think stage version, they sexed it up an awful lot. And yeah, lavish musical follows one fateful, fabulous day as a beggar poet, Howard Keel, and his daughter Anne Blythe cross paths with a wicked Wazir, a wily temptress, a handsome prince, a magical curse, opulent sets, and exotic adventure. Princes come, princes go, sings the beggar. Glorious Kismet endures. Okay, I hear something outside. I thought it was some animal killing a bird outside, but it sounds like a cat some cat outside, but you know it's not our cat, because our cat's inside. But it's from MGM originally, starring Howard Keel, Ann Blythe, Dolores Gray, and Monty Woolley, and Sebastian Cabot. It's on Blu-ray from the Warner Archive collection and Warner Brothers, so this is one I bought a month or two ago on Amazon Prime. And then one I bought from Dark Force is a Italian creature feature movie that's, you could say, is Italy's answer to King Kong, Yeti giant of the 20th century, and doesn't really list any special features other than you get to see the movie in a brand new HD master created from the original Italian 35mm camera negative, 101 minutes, English mono, anamorphic widescreen 1.85, regions A, B, C from 1977, and it's unrated since this was never released in movie theaters here in the US. It's been out on home video on bootleg form, but this is the first authorized release. So from the director of the Sabata trilogy, Yeti Giant of the 20th Century, this 1977 Italian King Kong ripoff is non-stop fun and camp action starring the gorgeous Antonella Interlenghi as Jane, who discovers her Tarzan in the form of a giant Yeti. I think that says Mimo or Mime Creo, that is taken into captivity and put on public display. When the Yeti breaks loose, it's Godzilla-style special effects galore as he smashes through the city, crushing the bad guys and searching for his new love, Jane. This collector's edition features a brand new high-def master from the original existing Italian camera negative. It is number 16, released from Dark Force Entertainment in association with Code Red DVD, and it's a slipcover, but it's nothing fancy. You just see the giant Yeti monster frozen in ice, and he gets thawed out and then comes back to life. So Yeti from Code Red and Dark Force Entertainment. This ought to be a good creature feature movie. One that's so bad it's good. So Yeti, giant of the 20th century. And then a month or two ago I bought this MGM Scorpion releasing title that Kino put out, one that Scorpion suggested to the MGM title that Scorpion suggested to Kino Lorber, and then Scorpion Releasing did the extras. It's a drive-in B-grade horror movie, Sugar Hill. Meet Sugar Hill and her zombie hitmen. The Mafia has never met anything like them. Pray you never cross a woman out for revenge and her squad of zombie hitmen. When a black nightclub entrepreneur gets taken out by the mob, his girlfriend Sugar Hill Marquis Bay calls upon the voodoo high priest Baron Samedi to summon up the undead to carry out an unholy plan for revenge. Packed with horror, action, and loads of 70s funk, Sugar Hill Will Slay You, also starring Robert Quarry, Count Yorga Vampire. So it's a blaxploitation crime drama mixed with voodoo and zombies. Special features audio commentary with director Paul Lansky, on-camera interview with stars Charles Robinson and Don Pedro Colley and Richard Lawson and director Paul Maslansky, and then you get the original trailer. It's rated PG, color 1974, 91 minutes, rated PG, and it's in mono. There's mono audio, 1080p high definition widescreen 1.85 from Orion Pictures, since it was originally put out by American International Pictures, which later went to Filmways, and then it went to Orion Pictures, but now Orion Pictures is part of MGM, so it's licensed from MGM to Kino Lorber. And then the Blu-ray is produced by Scorpion Releasing's Walter Olson. It lists 20th Century Fox, but that's just because Fox has been distributing MGM's library. So Sugar Hill from Kino and Scorpion Releasing licensed from MGM. Then one more Blu-ray, one I got in the last month or so from Kino Lorber. It's one that's going out of print. The Blu-ray edition of Star Crystal. In the year 2035, scientists discovered a new life form they wish they hadn't, and this cover art reverses for the Blu-ray edition. Newly remastered in HD, in the year 2035, scientists discovered a new life form they wish they hadn't. It was found during a routine expedition to Mars, buried just beneath the surface of the angry red planet. But what was initially thought to be just a curiously shaped rock turned out to be something much more. Hidden within was an unknown alien species unlike any that science has ever encountered. It has escaped. Now, after the catastrophic destruction of their orbital space station, the ragtag crew of shuttlecraft SC-37 is adrift in space with limited oxygen, dwindling supplies, and one very unwelcome guest. It is lethal. It is cunning, and it is growing larger and more intelligent with every horrific kill. With time running out, the surviving crew members must regain control of their doomed spaceship from an evolving alien predator who will stop at nothing to destroy them, and to protect the startling secret that throbs deep inside the Star Crystal. Written and directed by Lance Lindsay, Real Bullets, from New World Pictures, but was released by New World Pictures in 1986. In late 1984, Roger Corman sold the company, so it's post Roger Corman New World Pictures. Stars J. Judson Campbell, Faye Bolt, John W. Smith. Yeah, rated R, 1986, color, 91 minutes, 1.85 widescreen, 1920 by 1080p. It's the resolution, region A locked. And yeah, this cover art reverses, and then there should be a trailer for the movie on here. There might be trailers for some other New World Pictures titles on here as well. So it's almost at 40 minutes. I will do a recap. And last month or so from Via Vision in Australia, I got the DVD edition of the 1983 cult horror movie, The Keep. And then from CVS Pharmacy, Prince and the 80s cult classic Under the Cherry Moon. And then drive-in horror cult classic Phantasm remastered on DVD. These two, both from CVS Pharmacy, bargained DVD and Blu-ray in. And then today from CVS Pharmacy, I bought the Blu-ray edition of Bing Crosby and Holiday Inn the musical, and then John Wayne and the G-rated war movie The Green Berets, and then the Marx Brothers in The Coconuts standard definition DVD. So 2 Blu-rays and 1 DVD from CVS. Well, this other set of discs are all standard def Blu-rays, with this being an exception, being an HD remastered, transferred, downgraded to DVD. And then from Shout Factory Direct, 2 Roger Corman revenge movies on a Scream Factory double feature Blu-ray, Naked Vengeance and Vendetta, and then a Shout Select Blu-ray 2-disc set, Earthquake from Universal Pictures, and got the replacement disc of disc 1. So if you buy this, in the first disc, the serial number down at the bottom lists an R1 at the end. It's the replacement disc. If the serial number doesn't end with R1, you got the disc with the wrong aspect ratio. And then Warner Archive Blu-ray from Amazon Prime, Kismet, the musical. And then from Dark Force Entertainment and Code Red, creature feature movie Yeti, giant of the 20th century, English dubbed Italian ripoff of King Kong. And then from Kino Lorber, 70s blaxploitation horror drive-in cult classic Sugar Hill. And one more from Kino Lorber, creature feature R-rated outer space horror movie Star Crystal. So that's it for part 3 of my DVD and Blu-ray haul for May 2020. So keep an eye out next month for a new haul video. So I am Tim, and thank you for watching my update video, and check out the many different cult movies available on Blu-ray and DVD from Kino Lorber, Warner Archive, Dark Force Entertainment, Universal Pictures, and Shout Factory, and Shout Factory and Scream Factory's Roger Corman Cult Classics Blu-rays, and then from Paramount Via Vision, The Keep. So thank you for watching.